Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? It's your boy BSB, aka Buster Slash, coming at you live with another YouTube video. And this is going to be my part 2 impressions of Advanced Warfare, and what we know so far. And this is actually not my gun. As you guys know, I don't use tracker sight. I picked it up. I kind of actually like it now. I used to kind of hate the tracker sight. Like, I just didn't like using it, and I think it's kind of OP and cheap and all of that. So I don't really use it, but I do kind of like the tracker sight now. I don't know. I haven't made a class with it yet because still holding out, but it's nice. It's nice. And I switched back to my gun here. Okay, so I'm gonna get back in to what I was saying. This again is going to be a bit of a long gameplay. It's a little bit shorter, 9 minutes. Domination. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is the perks in Advanced Warfare. Now, I think there's a bit of a perk imbalance. The perks for Tier 1 and Tier 2 are pretty, I don't know, they're underwhelming. There's about 1 or 2 perks in each that are pretty good. I look through all of the perks in each list, in each tier, and there's about only one perk in the first 2 tiers that I really want. So I don't even have to waste a wild card to use any of those perks. Now, for Tier 3, there are 3 perks in there that are useful. There's Toughness, there's Scavenger, and there's Hardline. And Tier 1, there's Low Profile or something like that I would use, or Lightweight. One of those 2 perks. Tier 2, there's Gun Ho. Flak Jacket is in one of those tiers. I'm not sure which one, if it's Tier 1 or Tier 2. But there's not a whole bunch of useful perks in those first 2, but in the last one, Scavenger, I pretty much use that on every class, so that's a staple. Toughness, I use it on every class, that's a staple. You kind of have to have Toughness, and for me, I need Scavenger because I run out of ammo too much, and I don't like having to depend on picking up somebody else's weapon. So that means basically for me, I'm not going to be able to use Hardline in Advanced Warfare because, I need the first 2 perks. And I don't like how I think that they should put multiple good perks in one tier, but they didn't put enough good perks in the first two tiers to justify like putting 3 really good perks in Tier 3. I mean, I don't know about that. I'm not going to complain too much. It's whatever, but I don't really like that too much. There's no sound whore perks in this game, and I'm not sure how to feel about that just yet. There's no dead silence, there's no amplify or sit rep or anything like that. Apparently, from what I've heard, the sound is really good in this game, so you can hear people really well. So I don't really think you need to depend on something like amplify or sit rep or anything like that too much. But the no dead silence part of that. Now, they've explained that they didn't want to put that silence in because they didn't want people to have to depend on that perk, and that makes sense. But hey, if that's the case, take out Toughness. Just take out Toughness. Make Toughness built in because you need Toughness. It's the same thing as that silence, basically. So I don't really understand the reasoning behind that too much. I'm not sure what to think about that. Sound whoring is a big part of my game, and now that I can hear my own footsteps constantly, I can hear my teammates' footsteps constantly. It's gonna make the game it's gonna make it harder. That's just how it is. It's gonna make it harder because with dead silence, it silences your footsteps, it silences your teammates' footsteps a little bit, and then if you use amplify, you can hear your enemy's footsteps louder. So it just makes it really nice. And now without those perks, it's definitely gonna be a little bit more weird. If they could have added those perks and just put them in a tier with other really useful perks like low profile or Toughness or Flak Jacket. They didn't have to completely get rid of them, but that's that, and I'm not sure what to think about that just yet. I don't really like what they did with the Hardline perk either. So if you guys might have remembered, in in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Hardline took away like what 10% or 15% of the total score needed to get like your score streak. Now in this game, it just takes off 100, and yeah, that's fine for like the low score streaks, like the UAV. It makes a 400 UAV become 300. But when you're talking about the really high stuff that can be, 1700 score, Does it really matter if it's 1600 score? You know, when it was like a percentage system, then that made like the assist and stuff that you get build up more towards your streak, and it just made it easier. Now it's going to be a little bit more weird. I don't know why they thought that that would be the best way to do it. I think the percentage system was great from Black Ops 2. They copied so much other things from Black Ops 2. They should have just kept that. Another thing that they have in this game that's just really retarded. I don't understand why Call of Duty keeps doing this. They have like this flying heat-seeking drone. I'm not really sure what it is. It's supposed to be like the new IED, the new Bouncing Betty, but it's just a lot more overpowered. You can throw it into a wall. If somebody walks past it, it blows up and it kills them. Or if they're near the thing, it'll just pop off the wall and follow them, fly in the sky, follow them, and blast on them and kill them. Now apparently the blast radius isn't too big, and you can kind of dodge it, but that's just gonna get really annoying. And let's be honest, we don't need that into the we don't need that in the game. Excuse me. They added target finders again, which why? Black Ops 2 is the first one to do that. I guess I don't know why, but they do. They just keep adding target finders. You don't need target finders. You didn't need it in Modern Warfare 2. You didn't need it in Modern Warfare 3. You don't need a target finder to play Call of Duty. It just promotes people ADSing and not moving as much, because that's how the target finder works. You kind of just ADS and wait for people to walk into your line of sight. And I don't understand why they would do that, promote that kind of play style. That railgun pistol that they displayed in multiplayer is also pretty interesting. It's a one-shot kill pistol. It looks like they're bringing back overpowered pistols like from Black Ops 2. I don't really know why, but they're bringing back overpowered pistols. One-shot kill pistol. I can imagine a lot of snipers running around using that, and that's gonna get annoying. But that's not nearly as annoying as the flying heat-seeking drone, in my opinion. What else? I think the variable nade is gonna be really good. So basically, there's a smoke, EMP, and stun, and if you press the square button or the X button, or if you're on 360, you can cycle through which ones you want to use, and that actually sounds really, really good. I actually like the idea of that. Like, you can just keep it on one that you want reset, so I can keep it on EMP most of the time if I want to. But if I run into a situation where I want to stun somebody, I can press X, switch it to stun, and then use that. That sounds really good. Because of the perks, as I mentioned in part 1, how that's going to be worked out. I think I'm just going to have one perk in tier 1 and 2, and then use a wildcard for tier 3 to get 2 perks. And I think I might end up using primary gunfighter a lot more. And I don't know, that's one benefit, because primary gunfighter is a really good wildcard. More attachments on your gun is just going to help me a lot more in a battle. Now here are some what ifs. I think there are a few pictures circling around. There may or may not be diamond camos in the game. Not only diamond camos, but diamond exosuits and diamond clothes. So that's what it is. And zombies. That is the last thing I wanted to mention really quickly, because the video is going to end. There's a 360 controller with zombie rounds on it, so there may be zombies in this game. Anyway, this gameplay is wrapping up really, really quickly. I get one last kill here. We do end up winning this game. Anyway, peace. Catch you guys later. I'm out.